Hey y'all, iRick Sky here, and I wanted to take a moment to show you in depth what the Skycontroller looks like and explain the various buttons and indicators that are present on it. Check the link within this video's description and you can order the Skycontroller online as well as the Parrot Bebop and various accessories. But this is, and before I start the actual review where I explain everything, I want to show you the size. So here's the Parrot Bebop with propeller zone sitting on top of the Skycontroller. So you can see it's quite large, and I don't mean that in a bad way. But it's definitely larger than the Bebop. Bebop is super small and super portable. So this is something that typically when I use the Skycontroller, it's going to be something, around, close by. Don't know how much I would want to travel with the Skycontroller. I may prefer to travel with the larger DJI Phantom 2 with smaller controller. And you can check out my other video. I did a size comparison of the DJI Phantom 2 and the Parrot Bebop with Skycontroller. With that said, this is an awesome contraption, and I'm going to go through and explain everything. When you get the Skycontroller bundle, you also get this neck strap. I'm personally not a fan of a strap for a camera or a controller such as this, but it is very nice. You can see it's got the Parrot logo on it. It's got kind of a spongy, sweat-resistant type thing to go, that you would wear behind your neck. Very soft feel to it. High quality product. So you can optionally attach that if you choose to do so. Also with the Skycontroller, you get an assortment of sun hoods. So you get this one right here. Again, Parrot logo on it. Looks very nice, great build quality. And I like how it folds up for transport. You also get this right here, which is another sun hood. They've designed the Skycontroller to be friendly with both smartphones and tablets, which I felt that was really nice. Now normally, since my iPhone 6 Plus, which is what I use in conjunction with this, since my iPhone 6 Plus has the Apple Retina display, I really haven't had a problem with glare, even in direct sunlight. But if you want to have a more immersive type feel, you could definitely put one of these sun hoods on, and it really darkens out the surrounding light and makes it an optimal viewing experience, which is really nice. This right here came with it. I think this is for a tablet, maybe I'd have to check the link within this video's description, but I think it's for an iPad mini. And then you also get this optional bracket here. What I'm going to do as we proceed with this review, and again, I hope that this is a very in-depth review. I know that when I was shopping for the Skycontroller that I didn't find a video that sat down and exhaustively showed me everything about this. So I hope you find this to be of value. So what I'm going to do here is insert my iPhone 6 Plus. This is a case that I have it in. You can find this case on snagbear.com. Very nice case, very low profile. Now obviously I'd mount it the other way, but in case I get a phone call while I'm doing this review, I don't want you to see my caller information. So what you do to put an iPhone 6 Plus in, and this same technique would work for other devices, other smartphones, other tablets. But since I use the iPhone 6 Plus, I'm going to show you how user-friendly this design is. So you just slide it out, and obviously you would face your phone towards you, but for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to face it away. Simply put it in there, apply a gentle amount of pressure just to hold it in, and then you go to the back and you tighten. Now your phone's in there. So what you've done, you've created an FPV display, a first-person view display. And something else I wanted to note, and at the time of posting this video, I'm still working to create this video, weather permitting. I want to make sure it's a good day so you can see it. But when you're looking at the FPV display by way of FreeFlight 3 application, when you've got your phone and your Skycontroller, it's a slightly different interface than you have if you're controlling the Parrot Bebop drone with your smartphone or your tablet only, without the Skycontroller. So you'll notice a few things like, for example, the landing virtual button that appears towards the bottom of the FreeFlight 3 app. If you're flying exclusively with your smartphone, that no longer appears because you're going to use the physical button instead. So it's really nice how it changes its look and feel based upon the fact that the Skycontroller is in use. So let's go through and let's look at this in depth here, and I'm going to talk about all the things that I found with it. And if you have any questions, certainly drop me a line, and I'll do my best to answer either in the form of a comment or maybe even post a video. The video that I'm working to create, and I don't have it created at the time of posting this, is the video where you can see. So I'm going to take this out in the field, and you're going to see what I see in the FreeFlight app on my iPhone 6 Plus while I'm flying, and you'll also be able to see simultaneously what the Parrot Bebop is recording, and then I'll have some other camera angles so you can get a really, without checking the link within this video's description and ordering it for yourself, you can get a really thorough feel for what you might encounter if you do take that step and go to the link within this video's description and buy the Skycontroller for yourself. So you've got two sticks, and these have a really good feel. Now, if you've got ultra high definition, crank up your resolution and you can see the detail here. It's kind of got a, not sharp, but it conforms to your fingers. So even if you were out in the hot sun and your fingers were sweaty, it's kind of got a little spike design to it. So it's really, really good tactile feel to it. Something else that's neat, if you look at these sticks, wherever you push them, they return to center. That's a really cool feature that not every joystick has. And just the motion of this is super smooth. I mean, you can, when you're flying with this versus flying with the tablet or the smartphone only, you have a more, and I guess I'll refer to it as a video game type feel. I feel like I'm playing a video game when I fly with this. Not only does it add to the precision of the flight, but it also adds to the fun factor, in my opinion, because I feel like I'm better connected to the drone. We're going to flip this around, and I'm going to explain what these various buttons do. This right here is your takeoff and landing button. So instead of when you were flying with tablet or phone only, when you're using Skycontroller, you push that button, and that takes it off. When you return it to where you want to land, you push that button again, and it'll land at that point. This right here is a return home button. Should you want to trigger return home, it'll do that for you. This right here is an emergency button, and if you push that, it kills the engines. So that's something I wish that, one thing I wish Parrot had done is put a little plastic piece with an emergency type logo on it that you could flip up optionally and then depress that button, because otherwise, even not that your finger should slip from up here to down there, but it's a recipe for potential disaster, in my opinion. And then also when you take into consideration that the record full HD video, it has a red circle that has two red down arrows. They're positioned quite similarly on the opposing control stick, and in a rush, one might inadvertently push this and kill the engines versus their stop and start record button. Not complaining, but just a minor observation that I made, and it would be so simple to add a little plastic piece where you got to pop that up, which is a form of acknowledgement that you want to engage emergency shutoff before you just inadvertently push it. This right here is this little LED here. It says record. That indicates whether or not it's recording. These 4 LEDs are your Wi-Fi signal. This top one is the battery for your Skycontroller. I'm going to show you in a minute how you install that. And the bottom one is the battery for your drone, for your Bebop. And I think that's nice because you don't have to look within the app to... I didn't tighten that down tight enough. You don't have to look in the app to see how much battery life you have remaining for your Bebop. And likewise, you don't have to have, if you choose to not do FPV, you can fly the Parrot Bebop drone exclusively with the Skycontroller without your smartphone in there or your tablet in there. So that's kind of a cool feature. Flipping to the top here, we're going to see each of these sides has a control knob. If you push this, and you can hear it makes it's a tactile feel and a little snap sound. That snaps a still photo. Also, you can twist this around to manipulate the angle of the camera while you're filming. Very, very cool. And then over here on the opposing side, you have the mouse. Now this would be used in conjunction with, you can see here on the side, you've got HDMI. So if you've got this plugged into, let's say, Carl Zeiss Cinemizer glasses, or another pair of compatible Cinemizer glasses, or just an HDMI compatible display, this control stick will enable you to manipulate what you see within the glasses or on the screen. So check the link within this video's description. I've got the goggles listed, and that's a cool way to fly if you choose to do so. You just simply plug them into the HDMI port, and you're using that for the FPV, the first-person view portion, versus your smartphone or your tablet. And this top part right here is the antenna. Parrot claims a 2-kilometer range, which obviously I fly within line of sight. So it's 2 kilometers that they state, which translates to approximately 1.4 miles. But since I fly line of sight, I've never put it to the test, but it is a big antenna, and you can twist this knob to adjust the orientation of it. Because some people, they may choose to hold their Skycontroller down when they fly. Some people may hold it more up. So it's just a matter of personal preference, and you can position the antenna optimally to point towards the Parrot Bebop drone in flight, because you do want to keep it somewhat pointed towards it when you're flying. I've also got a USB and a micro USB there. And here's how you do the battery. So what's cool is that the battery for the Skycontroller is the exact same battery that you use for the Bebop. So you just snap it in, and then once you snap it in, it locks in place. That's it. And there's an on-off switch over here, and it's got a light so that it indicates it's powered on. So it's a cool, and so you can see those lights now, look, because it's initializing. But obviously I don't have the Parrot on. I just wanted to do that to demonstrate. So it's a cool design, and it works really well. When you fly with this, you're going to love the feel. Actually, I think that the feel of flying with this, from just feeling engaged with what's going on, I like the feel of it better than I do the Phantom, the DJI Phantom 2 or DJI Phantom 2 Vision Plus controller. But what I don't like is that this doesn't collapse. I wish they would have some sort of design to where this could fold up, and you could travel with something, maybe yay big or something, because it would make it a lot more compact for travel. But if travel's not a concern, this thing's a heck of a lot of fun to rig up and and fly in your field. And it's really cool that they included, as I had mentioned previously, the neck strap and the sunshades, because that just adds to the level of immersion that one has when they're flying this. And it looks cool too. I mean, when you're out in the field and you've got this big remote, or a big controller rather, and you've got neck strap on and sunshade, it makes you look really cool. And I think that's part of the probably part of their design research was, or the reason they designed this the way they did, they wanted to make it stand out. So they did a good job with that. But that's the Skycontroller. Again, check the link within this video's description. You can order it online, as well as the other Parrot Bebop drone accessories. And if you can't find what you're looking for, drop me a line by way of irixguy.com. I'm quite knowledgeable when it comes to drones, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. So don't feel bad about dropping me a line. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, youtube.com/irixguy. Y'all have a good day.